Running away from it is Sanders. He's looking long. He's got a man. Caught at the 10-yard line. 3rd and 10.
What if the Cleveland Browns already told you who their starting quarterback is, without saying a single word? Not through a press conference, not through a leak, not through a headline, through a video, a carefully produced, fully approved, intentionally edited promotional video. And once you see what is inside it, and more importantly, what is not inside it, the entire quarterback conversation in Cleveland shifts. So forget the outside noise for a second, because what the Cleveland Browns just did was not loud, but it was loud if you know how to read it. The Browns have been running voluntary off-season workouts in Cleveland. That word, voluntary, is important. Nobody is required to show up. So every single player who walks into that facility is making a choice, and every player who stays away is also making a statement, whether they realize it or not. As of now, there has been no confirmed report that Myles Garrett has been present at these sessions. But that is not even the main headline today. The main headline is what ended up on camera. The Cleveland Browns dropped a fully produced promotional video showcasing these off-season workouts. Clean, polished, professional. And the caption they used? Building the foundation. That is not filler text. That is a declaration. That is an organization telling you, this is who we are building around, moving forward. Now here is where it gets loud without anybody raising their voice. Deshaun Watson, not there. Not a single frame. Dillon Gabriel, not there either. 2 quarterbacks on the active roster, completely absent from a video that was carefully edited and approved before going public. But Shedeur Sanders? He appears twice, and the video opens with him. Not a background cameo, not a quick cutaway. The very first thing you see is Shedeur Sanders. NFL media teams do not just freestyle content. They do not wake up and say, let's randomly feature this guy today. Everything goes through layers. Approval, direction, alignment with the organization's vision. So for the Cleveland Browns to open their Building the Foundation video with Shedeur Sanders, that is not one person making a creative choice on a random afternoon. That is the organization signaling confidence at a deeper level. You can control what a head coach says at the podium. You can script interviews and clean up answers. But promotional videos force choices, and choices reveal priorities. And priorities reveal the truth. When a team decides who represents them visually, who becomes the face of Building the Foundation, they are showing you exactly what they believe about their future. Now let's build the full picture on the quarterback competition, because context matters here. Shedeur Sanders made 7 starts during his rookie season. He led the Browns to wins against the Las Vegas Raiders, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Cincinnati Bengals. He threw for 1,400 yards and 7 touchdowns, and controversially earned a Pro Bowl appearance via player withdrawals. He is the most recently active quarterback on that roster, the clearest known commodity heading into 2026. When you watch his film, the back shoulder throw stands out immediately. The placement is surgical. The ball goes exactly where only the receiver can reach it. That is not luck. That is anticipation, processing speed, and a quarterback delivering the ball before the window even fully opens. Deshaun Watson is a completely different story. He has made 19 starts for the Browns across his 4-year stint with the franchise. He has not played a single NFL snap since Week 7 of the 2024 season, when he retore his Achilles in a loss to the Cincinnati Bengals. That means when the 2026 season kicks off, it will have been nearly 2 full years since he played a football game. He has had 3 major surgeries, a shoulder procedure, and 2 Achilles surgeries. That combination is genuinely unprecedented in terms of recovery at the NFL level. The contract situation adds another layer. Watson is signed to a 5-year, $230 million fully guaranteed deal, widely considered the worst trade in NFL history. The Browns gave up 3 first-round picks to acquire him from the Houston Texans. However, as NFL insider Ian Rappaport pointed out on The Rich Eisen Show, the money is paid already. That's different. The financial argument for starting Watson is weaker than it sounds, because that money is gone regardless of what happens on the field. Rappaport himself, despite acknowledging the obstacles, still leans toward Watson. My guess is Deshaun Watson. When he's been healthy, he's been for sure good enough to be a starter. If healthy, I think he gives them a nice chance to win. It will be a competition. Then there is Dillon Gabriel, who has increasingly become an afterthought in this conversation. ESPN analyst Kevin Clark was direct about where Gabriel fits. I would not include Deshaun Watson in this quarterback competition. I think it's a waste of time, as far as what the Browns are trying to build. For Shedeur, I think it should be a camp competition. Dillon Gabriel versus Shedeur, and I think Shedeur wins that 100 times out of 100. Clark went further, calling the Watson situation exactly what it is, an attempt to justify a disastrous decision. I also think it's chasing after justifying that decision and trying to make it look better than it actually was. ESPN NFL draft expert Jordan Reed was equally direct when asked about the Browns' quarterback decision heading into 2026. It'll be Shedeur Sanders. They'll give him the runway to figure out if he can be the long-term starter there in Cleveland. So I think it's Shedeur's show to lose right now. He's going to be one of the betting favorites to be the Week 1 starter under center. Reed added that he does not even expect the Browns to draft a quarterback in the upcoming draft. A significant statement, given they hold picks at #6 and #24. Speaking of the draft, that is where this picture gets even clearer. Reed's projection for the Browns at pick #6 is Carnell Tate, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. Tate stands 6'3", 195 pounds, and caught 51 passes for 875 yards and 9 touchdowns last season, averaging 17.2 yards per catch. Over 3 seasons as a Buckeye, he totaled 121 receptions, 1,872 yards, and 14 touchdowns. Reed compared him directly to Philadelphia Eagles star Devonta Smith. He reminds me a lot of Devonta Smith when he was coming out of Alabama. He has that slender, slinky build like Devonta has, and I think he's going to be a really good complementary option. Really good route runner, strong hands, can make plays in contested situations too. For the second pick at #24, Reed suggests trading up slightly to address offensive line depth. Names like Blake Miller, Maxie Henachor, and Caden Proctor in that 15 to 25 range. The Browns' offense ranked next to last in average scoring at 16.4 points per game last season. Adding a legitimate wide receiver threat alongside Quinshon Judkins, Jerry Jeudy, and Cedric Tillman gives whoever lines up at quarterback a genuine foundation to work with. The word foundation keeps coming up, and that is not accidental. The Cleveland Browns have been searching for stability at quarterback for decades. Different names, different eras, same result. The Watson era added complications, injuries, uncertainty, a contract that will follow this franchise for years. Now new head coach Todd Monken, poached from the Baltimore Ravens after 3 seasons as their offensive coordinator, faces the most consequential decision of his first year on the job. Monken has acknowledged it will be an open competition. GM Andrew Berry has refused to confirm Sanders is the starter publicly, keeping the door open for Watson. But the team's own content has already answered the question Berry won't. The path forward is clear. Voluntary workouts become mandatory sessions. Mandatory sessions become training camp. Training camp becomes preseason. And preseason becomes the regular season, where every argument ends and only performance survives. Shedeur Sanders did not grow up in a pro-style offense, and Monken's challenge will be developing him within that system. That is real work. But the Browns have already shown the world who they are investing in. They did not need a microphone. They made a video. And in that video, one quarterback opened the entire thing, appeared twice, and represented the future of a franchise. No Deshaun Watson, no Dillon Gabriel, just Shedeur Sanders, front and center, exactly where the Cleveland Browns put him. That is not subtle. That is not random. That is a decision already made.